Hey, what's up? Like, totally time for 90210.
Well, hello everyone. Welcome back to the 90210 show. My name is Mark. With me as always is my girlfriend Carol. How you doing today? Well, my fiance Carol. Oh man, I'm gonna be tripped up on this all the time now. My fiance Carol. How are you
gotta
doing
get
today,
used to
Carol?
that, huh?
Yeah.
Hey, what's up?
Not much. It's been a good week here. It is February 14th.
Oh, happy Valentine's Day.
1998. We got Valentine's on the brain.
I don't think this episode was a very romantic
Actually, it's the 13th.
episode. The 13th?
It's the 13th.
I don't know, whatever the hell day it is in 1998.
It's February 13th, 1998.
So tomorrow, happy Valentine's Day
Tomorrow will be Valentine's Day.
But I got my Valentine's Day present early.
Yeah, you did.
I got my ring. Boop, boop.
Right.
What?
Good for you.
Yeah, it is good for me. That's correct. It's good for you, too.
Yeah, I mean, I guess.
Hey, that's not nice.
Well, you know what they say.
No, what do they say? Enlighten me.
Why buy the cow when you can get the milk for free, right?
How dare you?
That's a thing they say, right?
Not anyone who, ever wants to have sex with me.
In case you guys are looking for an in.
Anyway, let's talk about 90210.
Let's talk about it.
Everybody,
Loser takes all.
everybody lost their goddamn mind on 90210.
This show, especially this episode, but this show, I have realized, is populated by a bunch of Mrs. Kravitzes from Bewitched.
Okay.
Remember Mrs. Kravitz, the neighbor from Bewitched?
Yeah.
And she was like, Alpha, look at what the
What the fuck?
look at what the Stevens woman's doing.
Arthur? Really? I don't remember that.
That's her husband.
I don't remember her saying Arthur.
She did. She would always scream, Arthur. Like, she'd be
Okay.
looking out the window.
Yeah.
She'd be like, look what the Stevens woman's up to.
Yeah.
And she wanted to be all in her business and everything. Her being a witch had nothing to do with her. Wasn't her business. And that is every single fucking character in this show.
Yeah, they are a bunch of Budinskis for sure.
Yeah.
It's insane.
I don't know if we're supposed to be on like Brandon and Kelly's side, but I'm not.
Well, here's the thing. Okay, we've got two characters who are kind of going off the cliff, Valerie and David.
Yes. Off the cliff Secord.
And
That's a Rocketeer reference, everyone.
And everybody is, all up in their business because, it's like, oh, they're supposed to be like trying to save them. They're like the good people. Mm-hmm. But no, like it has nothing to do with them at all. And they don't necessarily need save. I mean, David definitely does at this point.
David's got some stuff going on that we'll get to.
Yeah, but Valerie doesn't need any saving.
Yeah, Valerie's already got what she needs.
Yeah. So, like...
And the guy she extorted is also happy about the situation.
Right. Yeah. Why? Why did this have to get touched? Okay. So...
That's what they said about Valerie.
Right. Kelly decides to tell Brandon about what happened with Valerie and that she suspects that she wasn't really pregnant.
Yeah, she spills all the tea, and she gives the whole thing.
All the tea.
Yeah, like tea and crumpets, right? You gossip over tea and crumpets?
I don't gossip over tea and crumpets.
Well,
I don't even eat crumpets. You weirdo.
Anyway, so she does, though. She says, here's all the gossip.
And then he's like, well, she didn't say anything to me. And she's like, well, she can't lie to you like she lies to the rest of us for some reason.
Yeah, because you've seen her naked.
Whatever. I mean, they haven't had sex.
No, they don't you remember? They got naked, and when they saw each other naked, they started laughing and put their clothes back on.
Yeah.
Don't you remember that stupid line?
Yeah, that was stupid. So he decides he has to get involved in this.
Yes.
So he is talking to Steve because he knows Steve knows.
Right. Steve's like, why didn't you tell me? Why didn't you tell me what was going on? And he's like, look, I found out by accident. He's like, so why'd you tell Darth Taylor?
Right, that was awesome. That was a good line. He's like, oh, I thought she could need to talk to a woman.
And he says, right church, wrong pew.
Right.
But it makes me feel as if they know that Kelly's kind of a bitch. I don't know, you know?
Darth Taylor, for sure.
Like, the writers know what they're doing, kind of.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think we're supposed to be entirely on her side. I feel like we're most of the time supposed to be on Brandon's side. Like, I feel like he's, like, kind of still, like, one of the main focuses of the show. He's, like, the rock of the show.
Right.
And I'm not...
one of the producers of the show.
Yeah, and I'm not on his side. Not at all. Because...
Yeah, go ahead. No, you go ahead.
Because the next thing he does now, he's heard from Kelly. He's talked to Steve. Instead of talking to Valerie, he talks to Kenny.
Yeah.
Why?
He says, I need more information.
Yeah, he's like, who would you talk to? And Steve's like, was it Steve?
No, it was
Tracy. Yeah, he talks to Tracy about. So he talks to Steve and then Tracy.
Yeah, he fucking spills her secret to Tracy too.
And Tracy's like, well, I'd talk to the guy. Why? Why would you talk to the guy?
It's not
the guy
your business.
Doesn't know shit. Like, you already know he wasn't there. Like, whatever. But Brandon goes to his office and, you know, shakes hands like, oh, hey, thanks for, you know, seeing me, man. And, you know, I really need to know. Can you tell me exactly what happened?
Tell me guy to guy.
Why? They're not friends. Why does Kenny feel like he has any right to ask him this? Why does he tell him anything?
I don't know. But he tells him the whole story, tells him about the money, tells him about the pregnancy, the affair, and everything. And he's putting on this whole thing like, with Valerie, it's more like a demand. It's more like blackmail. I feel so bad. I didn't want to break up with her. You know, yeah, you just wanted to continue to fuck a 21-year-old while you were married and your wife knew nothing about it. Like, he is a fucking slimeball.
Oh, yeah, sure.
He is 100% slimeball, and he paints himself as victim.
Well, of course he does.
And Brandon eats it up.
Yeah.
This is the thing that pisses me off about Brandon. Brandon thinks that he is just the best in the world. That he can do no wrong. He's always right. He's so virtuous. He doesn't see any of his faults at all. And he thinks he's so progressive and I'm a big Democrat and I'm so this and I'm so that. And it's like when it comes to a dude cheating on his wife and his friend that he's known for, you know, a long time, Valerie, he takes the side of the guy because it's the guy. Oh, of course, I understand where you're coming from. Bitches be crazy, right? You know, like, I mean, that's essentially what he's saying. Like that, I'm disgusted with his behavior.
Well, he actually, like, flat out asked him, did you know for sure she's pregnant?
Yeah. What was the thing where they check the bed after the wedding night to see if there was blood in there? I can't remember what they called that, but like the proof of they take the stained sheets, you know, the proof of virginity. Like that. Yeah, I've got that, Brandon, you fucking asshole.
Like, she threw a pregnancy test at him that was supposed to be positive.
Right.
That's probably the closest a dude can get to confirmation without going to the doctor.
Which he
didn't. So
he could have insisted.
Yeah, and he should have.
Yeah, he should have been there. If she was really pregnant, he should have been there. And Kelly has a conversation with her when they're getting coffee. That's like, all I could think of is if Valerie really was pregnant and really got an abortion, this is like horribly traumatizing.
For sure. Like, yeah, they're all treating her like shit.
And Kelly has no proof that she's right.
Right, exactly. It's like, we know she's right, which is the only thing that makes this somewhat tolerable to observe.
Yeah, just because she happens to be right. It doesn't mean, like, that's a hell of an assumption to make.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. It's no good.
I'm surprised she's not like, oh yeah, you say your dad committed suicide. Do you have the proof?
You killed him, didn't you, Valerie?
Right.
But Valerie, like, I'm sorry, not Valerie. Brandon. Brandon says to Kenny, like, hey, you know, what was it worth it? Did you give her the money? And he's like, yeah, it was worth giving her $100,000 to get her out of my life.
Even if she wasn't pregnant, I don't care.
Yeah. So leave it the fuck alone. But no, Brandon can't deal with the fact that something, you know, immoral may have occurred. Forget the fact Kenny was having an affair.
Yep.
Whatever.
Kenny shouldn't have to. Why doesn't Brandon say, you know, you need to tell your wife, Kenny, or I will?
Right.
Like, why isn't he involved in that?
Oh, because it's fine, because he's a cheater too.
Yeah, exactly. It's fucking ridiculous. But yeah, and that's the other thing. Like, so Brandon thinks he's the best. He doesn't see any of his own faults. But he also thinks that everyone else must meet his standards. Mm-hmm. And that everything that he thinks is right. So if you disagree, then you're just wrong. Like, he doesn't look at anybody else's points of view.
No.
He's not an empath or whatever.
No, not at all. And so he goes and talks to Valerie, and he gets her to confess that she was not pregnant. Mm-hmm. And he tells her, you have to give the money back.
Yep.
Where is that his place?
It's not.
And what does he get out of this? Nothing, exactly. But he tells her she has to move out. He yells at her, like, you got to move out of my house. If you're going to live here, you got to give that money back.
Right.
So, Valerie, take the $100,000 and go.
Yeah, which she was doing.
But then Tracy comes and sticks her nose in it,
yep.
who barely knows Valerie at all.
Right, exactly.
Like, does she even, like, was this their first meeting? It could have been. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
And she's just like, oh, I know a little bit about what's going on with you. And, you know, if you want to talk. And I honestly didn't see anything that occurred in the conversation they had that would change Valerie's mind.
No, I didn't either.
But then all of a sudden she's like, she's going to change her mind and give the money back.
Which she does.
I don't understand. Just because she wants to be friends with Brandon still?
I guess, yeah.
Whatever. Like, he's not worth it.
No, he's not at all. I wouldn't want to be friends with him.
So, you know, she thought she had her club saved, and now she's got to figure out how to save her club again.
Right.
But she finds a way.
Yeah, well, we'll get to that.
So the other issue, like we mentioned, the other one going off the rails here is David.
Do you want to talk about David next or Steve and Claire's storyline next?
I wanted to talk about David.
Then
but
do it. Then talk about David.
If you want to talk about Steve,
it's a major storyline. I'm just saying. Go ahead and talk about David. You called this. You had this figured out.
So, first of all, his dad is also being a fucking Budinsky.
Yep.
And goes and talks to Claire and Donna.
No, Donna and Kelly.
Oh, really? I thought it was Claire.
No, it was Donna and Kelly.
Okay. Donna and Kelly. About David's money, which David hasn't told them about.
Right.
So it's like, why are you sharing his business? Maybe these people who you don't know that fucking well are like gold diggers. I mean, like, Kelly was briefly his stepdaughter or whatever, but like, you know, he doesn't know them like David knows them.
Yeah.
So if
another
David
person that's made a lot of terrible decisions in his life.
Right.
David's dad, who's like, you got to do things the way I think you should do them.
Exactly. So he's like, you know, I'm just really worried about him. I'm afraid, you know, something bad's going to happen because of this money. Can you keep an eye on him? So the next thing we know, Donna's out shopping with him. How do we get from let's keep an eye on him to, hey, David, let's go shopping?
Yeah, I don't know.
I mean, I'm guessing she just threw herself in the car. I don't know. But
well, they drove separately, didn't they?
Yeah, I think you're right.
Because he said in the cars when they're coming out. So I think they drove separately. But, yeah, they fucking, or does he say, do you want to go with me?
I thought they were just already at the mall when it started.
Yeah, I think you're right. But anyway, so yeah, it's like David's on fucking Supermarket Sweep or something like that.
He's like yelling through. I have $250,000. I can do whatever I want.
She's like, "Oh my god, you're embarrassing me. You only have that. You only have only $250,000.
Right.
It's such a little amount of money.
Like millions of dollars. Everybody else here has, David.
Right. Was that Yoda? Did you turn into Yoda for a second? Millions of dollars. Everyone else here has, David.
Shut up. And like he's buying ridiculous things. Like some kind of heated pillow thing, and she's like, for those cold California nights, like, what are you doing? He's like, I can buy any stupid thing I want. I can buy any stupid thing you want. What do you want?
Right.
Like, he's just all full of energy, and
I've got a $200 Mont Blanc pen
that you can write upside down with.
Yeah, like the NASA pens.
Who cares if you can write upside down with the fucking pen, David? What the fuck?
Yeah, take a lot of notes after you have sex or something like that. You're in bed. Move leg left.
So, like, he buys enough shit that they need one of those, like, luggage carts from a hotel.
Right.
To bring the stuff out.
Fucking Macy's or wherever they're shopping at gets the luggage cart up for him.
Oh, only, like, in Beverly Hills would they even have something to carry luggage out on.
And they've got a fucking concierge or whatever carrying it out for them.
Like, I'm sorry, here in Michigan, you carry your own bags out to your car, and it's not valeted.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
The valet brings her car up, and there's a scratch on it that David starts freaking out. Now, I can understand whether he's losing it or not to be upset about the scratch.
And I think they did cause that scratch.
Yeah. But Donna, you know, it's like they all have so much fucking money, so she's just like, I don't know. I don't know. Whatever. I maybe it was there before. Mm-hmm.
Right.
Like, I'd be like, no, you're fucking fixing it. And that's what David was like, you're going to pay for it and whatever. But one of the main symptoms, like one of the major things they'll ask when they're trying to see if somebody has manic depression is if they are, you know, known to shop, to go on spending sprees.
Right.
So his mom has manic depression, and it runs in families.
Yep.
So I was like, if he's not on drugs, which he could have been on meth.
Yeah, he did see, he was very all over the place.
Yeah. Then he's probably manic. But then later, he shows up in the middle of the night at Donna's house, having been swimming in the ocean.
Yeah.
And it's November. So, yeah.
Well, it's November for them.
It's
February
yeah,
for us,
I understand that it's not November here.
And he was listening to the Bengals, too.
Right. Oh, and he keeps talking about wanting to go to Cairo.
Yeah.
He's being...
Oh, walk like an Egyptian, too. I
Yeah.
didn't think about that. But do you get that joke?
Yes.
The Bengals thing?
Yes.
Okay.
That's why I mentioned Cairo immediately after you said Bengals.
But, well, no, but the other song.
What?
Nothing.
What?
I don't know if anybody... I believe you that you got it, but I don't know if anybody else got it.
Walk like an Egyptian.
Yeah, but that they sing Manic Monday, too.
Oh.
Just another Manic Monday.
Okay. Cool. Yeah, no, I didn't make that connection.
That was the joke I was making.
But yeah, so he's knocking on her door asking for a towel because he's been swimming in the ocean. And then
Like he's fucking Chevy Chase and Fletch.
Right. And then he's like, hey, there's a club with a line around the block, but I heard that Benjamin Franklin can get us in, so you want to go or whatever? And she's like, no, please stay. Just go sleep on the couch. She's like, I can't do that. And I believe him because he is fucking manic as hell. He can't do that.
Can't
So, yeah, David's lost his goddamn mind.
Drug use is another like risk factor or whatever of having manic depression too, isn't it?
Well, yeah, people will like try to self-medicate their symptoms, sure. Yeah. I feel like though, I mean, he's so young too though, and I mean, I think this is probably his first manic episode, so.
Well, it's the first one we've seen for sure.
Yeah.
And we've been with him since high school, so.
Right? Freshman year.
But yeah, I mean, well, he's around the right age, right? Mm-hmm. For when this stuff starts to develop.
I mean, it could have started sooner for sure, but yeah, definitely at the right age. So yeah, he needs some fucking help. This is not good. Did he do anything else before we end up with Valerie? I'm trying to think. Any other craziness?
I don't think so, no. I mean, Donna admits that she's there because Mel asked her to be, and he's pissed off about it.
Yeah. Mel. Idiot.
And now they're all worried about him.
Well, yeah.
Donna's like, I called Mel, and he's like, at first I thought it was just the money, but now I'm really worried about him. Because now the storyline has moved in another direction.
I wonder how fast he's going to blow through that $250,000. If he keeps going like this, he's going to be broke next week.
He's going to spend a big chunk of it right now.
Right? So, well, yeah, because he goes to see Valerie, and she's like poring over the books and all stressed out about the money and stuff. And
wearing a very low-cut black top.
Of course. I didn't remember what she was wearing, but I'm sure you noticed. And he's like, hey, how's it going? She's like, well, I had the money to fix it, but I don't have the money anymore, and the club's just,
Yeah, now it's going to fucking be destroyed.
Yeah. He's like, well, would it help if you had the money? Would you be able to fix the problem? And
she's like, why are you here? What is going on?
Yeah. And then he's like, I've always wondered what it'd be like to own this place. And then he says he would like to buy a 50% share.
Which Nat owns 50% of it too, right?
I thought so, yeah.
So it's like they're each on a quarter of it, I guess.
But there's only 3 of them.
Yeah, but Nat will own 50%, and he's not buying Nat's share too.
Right. Okay.
They're having the share that 50% they have.
So yeah, he's probably going to give her like at least the $100,000 that she was supposed to get from Kenny.
I think so, yeah.
And then
he's going to give her something else.
She's so excited, she gives him a hug, and the next thing you know, they're fucking making out.
Oh, yeah.
Which is another thing with manic depression, where they get all, like, hypersexual.
Oh, I thought they made out with Tiffany Amber Thiessen. All manic depressives.
Right.
Seek her out. Like zombies going to her. Like that Fredder commercial. But they're just Tiffany.
Oh, my God.
For those of you not in the area, Fredder was a appliance store.
They were decent together.
I liked them as a couple, yeah, but he's fucked up now.
Yeah, well, and like the problem is, it's like he whips out his checkbook and she gets wet. Like, I don't like that. I don't like that at all.
Oh. Well, you just explained half the relationships in Beverly Hills, though.
But I mean, like, I don't think it's gonna work.
No, I don't either, because he's mentally ill.
Well, I mean, like, everybody's a little mentally ill.
No, I'm sure that I'm not saying mentally ill people can't have relationships. I'm saying what's going on right now is not going to work because he's mentally ill. He's not even in his entirely right mind right now.
And in his right mind, he wouldn't be doing this because he's still, mad at her and didn't want to be with her anymore.
Yeah, we thought so.
I mean, like, she sold him. Yes. She sold him to her friend.
And now he's buying himself back.
Right? Oh, jeez. So the other storyline, like you mentioned earlier, is Steve and Claire.
Steven and Clarissa.
So, they're continuing to have this rowing thing going on. Like, this is so stupid and weird.
Yeah, crew. They're continuing their plot line from the movie Summer Rental from the 1985 John Candy failure, but it's a good movie. Summer Rental.
I haven't seen it. I guess I should.
Oh,
Sounds decent.
I have not described it in any way.
Well, it's John Candy. You think it's good, and it's called Summer Rental, which sounds cute.
You'd like it. It's one of those classic 80s comedies. You'd like it.
Exactly. So, I don't... They made some kind of bet.
Yes.
I kind of missed, like, what the bet was.
I don't remember what the bet was either. Okay. I thought it had something to do with Claire, but I don't remember now.
I don't know, but...
The bet was for Claire's vagina or something.
I guess. And so the keg house and whatever that asshole's crew name is,
it's the Kappa house.
You're making that shit up, right?
No, why?
It's really called Kappa?
Yeah.
Okay, that's dumb.
Yeah, the KKK. Gotcha, dick. No, they're not really, but I don't think there's any fraternities called the Kappa Kappa Kappa. So that would be awful.
That would be awful. So the Keg House is competing against whatever Dick's fraternity or crew is.
Yeah, it's fraternity.
And they get their ass kicked because, you know, they haven't been doing
They don't
this
get
for
their ass
months.
kicked.
Yeah, they do.
No, they don't.
The Keg House, they don't win.
Yes, correct. They don't win. So if you were watching a football game and the final score was 21-20, would you be like, they got their ass kicked?
Okay, I guess not.
They lost by like an inch. They were very close.
Which I guess then is impressive considering they haven't been training as long. But
Yeah, exactly. This fucking this Dick asshole was born in like fucking Connecticut with a pair of oars in his arms already. Like all of them are. Fucking probably went to Phillips Exeter Academy or something.
Steve says that they burn 1,000 calories an hour doing rowing.
That's pretty accurate.
That is so crazy. That is so many calories. Like, I bet he dropped a lot of weight doing this then.
Well, he was eating a lot.
Yeah.
You have to. But yeah, it depends on how many hours you're training. But yeah, it's pretty close to 1,000 calories an hour. I mean, obviously, there are different factors, you know, weight and cardiovascular health, how fast you're going, your pace and stuff like that. But yeah,
He's geeking out into his working out world right now, guys. Just
but it's
smile and nod.
it's a lot. It's a lot of calories. It's hard to do rowing for an hour straight.
I think my arms would just stop working.
Oh, I don't think you could do it.
Yeah.
No.
You know, one time my parents and I went out in a canoe when I was a little child, and they got lost. No, they got lost.
They got lost.
Yeah.
On a lake?
Yeah. And
Did they follow the North Star?
they got in an argument, and then my dad refused to help row. So my mom had to row by herself.
Wow. What a charming story.
And, like, she got blisters, and, yeah, it was...
I got blisters on me fingers.
No, I'm just thinking about, like, I remember that was really hard. I can't even imagine doing, like the fast-paced kind of rowing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, sorry.
Sorry for your mom. Was your mom right?
About?
Where the shore was, I guess. I don't know how you get lost in a lake.
We found our way back. It's easy. It's easy to get lost in the lake. I mean, like, it's not like the landmarks are always super obvious or easy to find, like, when you're out there.
What the fuck?
What?
Someone explain this to me. How do you get lost in a lake? It's not the ocean. Like, were you on Lake Michigan?
I don't know.
Yeah, you were on a fucking tiny little lake.
I think we were in Houghton Lake.
Yeah, exactly. Not like Houghton Lake. You were in Corton Lake.
I don't know what that means.
Yeah, that's a great local reference, everyone. Corton Lake's
not that great.
Corton. You can see across Corton Lake, everybody.
Okay.
You can see from one side of the shore to the other.
Well, I think they did something stupid, if I recall, like picked a tree as their landmark.
A tree?
Yeah. There's a lot of trees.
In the middle of the lake?
No, on the shore. So they knew where to go.
What the fuck?
What?
Why would you pick one tree from the shore?
They weren't the brightest bulbs, I guess. I don't know.
I know. Well, hey, that grain of sand, that'll be our touchstone. What the fuck? It was like you were a computer that shut down. I said that, and then your brain just completely stopped working. Yeah, she had there was no emotion on her face either. It wasn't it? You know how people will look when they're trying to think? She didn't look like that. She looked like nothing. It was blank. And then all of a sudden, it was like she rebooted. I actually heard, you've got me.
You're an asshole.
Jesus. It's late.
Anyway, Steve's team
show we do.
lost. And the winning team celebrated by throwing Claire into the lake.
Yeah, good for them.
And then her and Steve shared this look. And it was kind of ridiculous to me. Like, I didn't understand what caused the look. I didn't understand, like, Why? Because
Steve was like, I never would have thrown you in the lake.
I guess it seemed like there was some kind of telepathic communication happening.
By the way, Steve's character got a complete rewrite at one point off screen. They completely changed his personality.
Yeah.
It's like they went into whatever his files and just changed him.
Why?
Because he's all of a sudden he's like, yes, Claire, this started out being about you, but now it's about starting something.
Oh yeah,
I
forgot.
And he's
about
like,
that.
all of a sudden he's like, I'm serious. I'm not going to hurt anymore. I'm taking myself seriously, and I'm going to be, whatever. Like, he's completely changing his personality.
Oh yeah, and
that's also a sign of mental illness.
Yeah. And he was reading late at night when she finally does stop by to see him.
A Horatio Alger book, Ragged Dick.
She's like, "Oh, you really have changed."
Yeah.
And then
Good joke.
Her way of getting back together with him is to say, I don't want to hear that name anymore.
Well, she goes, yeah,
and then
you might want to give them some context. I know we watched it, but they might not have.
No, because the Dick, Ragged Dick's the name of the book. She's like, I don't want to hear that name anymore. Because she was dating a guy named Dick. And he's like, really? And then, like, all she says back is, yeah, really. And there's no conversation at all. And then she's like, just bite me already.
He goes, are you saying? And she goes, I'm saying.
Yeah. It's like, and I said, say more. Like, I didn't understand what was happening.
Well, her response to you saying say more was, shut up and bite me already.
And he does. And now they're back together. And they look all, like, happy. And they have, like, the same chemistry all of a sudden that they had before the prince. It was weird.
Yeah.
It was like, how did they do that? How did they lose their chemistry and then just get it back?
I don't know.
I mean, that's decent acting for sure.
Ask Bill Nye.
But I mean, and like, I would love to see them work and everything. And I feel like maybe now, if they really do get back together, maybe it will work because they worked through some shit, I guess.
We'll see.
I still think they should have talked more. Don't you?
In real life, yes.
Okay.
For the show, less talking is better.
I guess that's true.
But yeah, that's the episode, everyone.
It is. That was it.
What a great episode it was.
It was. Everybody lost their goddamn mind. That's all.
This show, I assume that most of you are watching it live now. I believe it's season 8's going on right now. I assume that most of you are watching it live now. I don't know what you think about the show. We'll continue to do the show because we have fun doing the show.
If we want to get caught up.
And I think, that's my big goal, is to get caught up to 90210 as it's airing in real time. But God, this show has gone way downhill.
Oh my God, it's awful. It really is like a soap opera, like so much like a soap opera.
The first 2 or 3 seasons were decent.
Yeah. I would say it started to go downhill towards the end of the 3rd season.
I mean, I'm not saying anything, but when they got rid of Brenda, it
was stupid.
I don't know.
It was a stupid choice.
And I like Tiffany Amber Thiessen, but Anyway, that is the episode, though. Carol, why don't you tell people stuff? I don't know.
So you can write us at latefee1994@AOL.com.
Yeah, do that. I want to say that we don't always read the things that have been written to us. You guys write to us a lot, and we don't always read the stuff, but, on the air.
Well, we always read the stuff.
Yeah, we always read it. We just don't always read it on the air. But we've gotten some things. I was thinking about it today. We've gotten some personal type letters and stuff like that that I'm not going to reveal here. But, we just, we want you to know that we see you. We thank you. It means a lot when you reach out to us.
That is true. You can check out our website at www.retroleafy.com.
That doesn't mean nearly as much.
You derailed me so much. And you can share the tapes with your friends.
Yeah, tell some friends. We'll see you next time. Bye.
Bye.